And so today there will be a tiny amount of brush work on this guy's chest. Yesterday, whoa, yeah, there is something here that I have worked on yesterday. Yesterday I added shadows here and there before the OSL. So as you can see here, some areas are very dark. It's because they will be enlightened with OSL. So one thing you have to remember when you do OSL is that this is a fight between the ambient light and the light from the OSL. And so the OSL light would win in the shadows. Well, if you compare a crystal glowing compared to the sun would win for sure. So that's why I add some shadows, and it makes it more believable, and it will look a lot more dramatic. But then I shaded this chest area. I think it's all right, but I want to retake the left pectoral muscle here. And I cannot seem to do it with the airbrush. It's very hard, it doesn't. So I will take a brush, this kind of a cheap synthetic brush. I don't care, it's not too hard, but I don't want to have to wash it right after. So I mean, I will rinse it, but if I take my good brush, I would use some soap because I'm going to have a prolonged airbrush session today. And so the brush work is just to begin to fix that, and then I will take back to the airbrush. And so that's why I take this brush, so that I can just follow up the brush work with the airbrush right away. So you see, yes, that's my palette here. I remember for the skin tone, I use these two paints, anthracite gray and deck tan. So I will start with just anthracite gray as a highlight. Okay, I'll do it like this, and like this, and like that. I have many tissues now on my desk, but it's good because whether you airbrush or you use brush, you just need more than one tissue. So I'm loading my palette, and then I will start the work on the highlights. Maybe one coat of this will be enough. I don't know, just a very tiny amount. I don't need. It's not like I'm going to repaint the whole model. Okay, so that's my brush here. Loading a bit of water inside on the brush, and then I kind of diluting the paint like this directly on the palette. And so if you don't paint with a wet palette, so this is DIY. These edges are a bit too high, but I'm too lazy to just buy a new box with a, because here I would like to, you see what I'm talking about here. I would like to go on the palette from maybe not such a high angle, although it's all right, better than nothing. And I've been doing that for a year or so, or more, I don't know. Okay, so here we go. You see this, I like how dark it gets, but yes, so you see it's very diluted. I'll just try with a glaze like this. The lights comes from here. I think here we would need I'm a bit shy here to go. Yeah, so still a bit dark, but it's a good transition, so it's pretty nice. Okay, I think yes, offload the brush slightly. Something like this. It's already better. I will add it here too, I think. It's a pretty good transition. Here, something like this. It's almost invisible, and so that's what I want. I want a very subtle touch. But in fact, subtle, but it works. And here I can get exactly the shape that I'm looking for. And I think just like this, it's already a lot better. But I will have a slight, tiny drop of deck tan to highlight. I prefer the work with the brush rather than the airbrush, to be honest. Sometimes the airbrush is satisfying for some work, but the brush is just control. And usually when you do work with the brush, okay, so here, tiny amount up, and then I mix it here, more blue here. I want to keep it very subtle and pretty dark because it's still not a very exposed area. I just want some contrast between, yes, I think that's good enough. You see, between the two. Now I will add a bit of water here to dilute my mix. I kind of offload the brush exactly here. And on the palette it's great because I keep, you see, still too opaque. So more water on the thumb, and then here. Yeah, okay, let's try. I'm willing to try with this. Oh, to be fair, I think it looks a lot better already, just with the first pass. So let's try again. That's a lot of water, to be honest. That's too much. Yeah, so I offloaded slightly, and then just glazing again. Whoops, I went in the recess here. I'm not looking for a super clean job because the skin will have imperfection, inconsistencies and stuff. But it's exactly the shape that I'm after, because the pectoral muscle is wow, I think it's good enough. In fact, I don't want too light, but now look at that. It's getting just what it needs. I will do a bit more here, so more deck tan in the mix, in my mix that is very watered down. It's a bit light. More water, slightly more. And so this is done with, well, it's not a horrendous brush, don't get me wrong, but it's not my finest. Let's check the consistency. It's a bit, it's all right. Let me, yes, offload a bit on the tissue here. I just want something very, very, yes, like this, that is not going to flow anywhere. Ooh. Something like this. Okay, and now I will feather out the edges, because you see here, it's a bit stark. So just like this, kind of feathering out, just to keep it on the very edge. Something like this. And now I think it's decent. And so it was not a long, it was a pretty quick job, right? I think, yes, 9 minutes, exactly 9 minutes. So here I think it's a bit exaggerated. It's okay because it's heading to this side. But here I have a highlight, a mid-tone in the center, and a very deep shadow here. I would not have been able to get that with the airbrush. So let me just get one last area here. Yes. Because the pectoral has this shape like this. In fact, this area, the light is coming from here, and so that would highlight and light this. And now I think, wow, I don't know what you think, guys, but I think it's very dramatic. Look at that. That's the angle from which the miniature, that's the primary angle of the miniature. I think with the OSL here, that will look rad, just rad. Trust me, guys. Okay, very happy. And now to the airbrush. So before I airbrush, okay, so this, I don't need the palette, so I will close it just to keep it wet and everything. I will put it aside. So guys, you're very welcome to the live. I'm very excited to paint. Had an exquisite night of sleep, and so I'm well rested, and that's the best for painting, because painting is demanding many aspects. And so if you're tired, if you like trying to paint something and you're tired, I would advise to get one good night of sleep, and you say like, whatever, I won't paint tonight. Like if you had a day of work and you're tired, maybe leave it. You paint one day out of two, and so you get that rest that is vital to perform. You know, if it's too hard, you won't get the results you want, and that will be only frustration. So, okay, here you can see the airbrush. It's ready to go. And I'm looking at this again, but I'm very happy with that now. Yeah, not the most subtle, but it's good enough. Because when you take a picture and the transition, here maybe in camera it doesn't show well. Here I'm getting closer, but you see it's not the smoothest transition. But I will leave it like this, because overall the effect is pretty cool. And so the light gets on this ridge. Either way, because that's brushwork, I can touch it up after if I think it needs to. But for now, I will leave it as is because I'm very happy with that. I put on my mask for the airbrushing. Here we go. So that's my mask. You use it for a few sessions now. Can we see here? And it's okay, because when I airbrush, you will see there is a lot of spraying, but I don't really pull the trigger much, just tiny amount. So there is just a tiny amount of paint. So it's not like it's a toxic area. I like these because they have this on the edge. And so it's a very light mask, but it's very hermetic. And so here we go. Now maybe you can hear my voice. It's kind of tainted because it's below the mask. Okay, guys, let's get to it. Have a good amount of pressure. So what are we going to do today with the airbrush? So I have this is my brush to load the airbrush. So first a bit of water, and we're going to shade some areas. That will be pretty quick because yesterday I did the most of the job, pre-shading and bringing something pretty smooth. There will not be that much paint in the cup. So yesterday I did a mix of these two paints, and they are contrast type, so from Vallejo Express. So they are pretty translucent, so just like inks. So that's great to have a smooth transition. Let me show you an area that has been done like this. Yeah, okay, so here, the top of the arm here. And so that's the light. And why did I shade the top of the arm? Because I have this pipe here that will emit a glowing light. And so if the light in the shadow is more credible. But now I'm going to take some black paint. Where is my black? Like this. Black paint. I will mix a dot of violet red just to have something in the black, but I want something very dark to get into, for instance, under the feet here or the butt here. I want very, very dark recesses, almost black. Let me check the comment. I think I see I have something here. Sweet word, man. I would stay and keep watching, but it's super late and I've got school tomorrow. Yes, well, have some rest, just like I said. Rest is best. Rest is king. So it's okay, man. You can look the how you say when it's finished. It will still be available, not live, but the recording will be available on the channel. So you can hit the subscribe button and join the community of Chronicles of Tiny Battles. You are very welcome, and I will stream almost daily, maybe not on weekends, but you have a lot of content to learn. So thank you very much. Here we go. I have water in my cup here. Yes, spraying water, so it's working. Maybe some more water. Yes, I want very dark recesses because the effect will be only greater and more dramatic if the shadow is very dark. So that's why. A bit of thinner. So here I have thinner, flow improver. I have the cleaner here that we'll use just to clean. But this, a bit of flow improver, a bit of thinner, a bit of everything, a bit of water, just like I did first, to get the, you would say the best of both worlds, but here it's more like the best of the three worlds. Water, thinner, flow improver. And so my texture is hopefully smooth and stuff. I will lubricate my needle as well because yesterday I noticed I had a problem spraying this express paint. It would dry on the needle and make bubbles here. And so here now I'm just lubricating like this to have a good amount. And here, okay, is it enough? Yes, okay. So mixing the dilutants and kind of putting it on the edges of the cup. And so when I put my paint on, it will be directly starting to melt with the dilutant. And so, oh, in fact, I'm not taking this black, I'm taking this black here because it is a bit more satin. And so that will give me a deeper black here. Let me shake that well. So here I shake by hand, but really I advise you to get this just to have the double check. And you have the best of both worlds here. Yes, I have a little stone in there that helps me for the shaking. And I always shake before I use. I can shake it now, let it rest for 20 minutes. I will shake again just to make sure I get the best of what the maker of this product has intended to provide me with. So that's the thing. Okay, so now dropping a dot of paint here. This is a primer, so I will use it for as I want to use. Okay, well, maybe two drops of black, and I will have one drop of this violet. So here you see, I don't let it flow into here. Let me do the this I have shaked before, because if it flows directly here, you can see, yes, very well. If it flows directly inside, that may, here we go, very nice, that may clog the airbrush. So I have to introduce it at the bottom of the, let's say the hole of the cup, at the mouth of the cup, I don't know how you want to call it. Only when it is diluted. So here I dilute like this, and the paint that goes inside is already very diluted because I have the dilutants first. And so here mixing it here. Wow, it has a great effect on the black paint still. I would have thought that it would be a bit less. Now I can mix like this, it's all right. To mix everything well. Okay, so here I will answer your two comments. The first is the needle is a 0.2, and I find that if you how to say, dilute the paint well, I think this is not enough, right? This is a bit thick. It's all right. Let's see. If you dilute it enough, I'm adding a bit of water because I'm concerned. If you start brushing and it's too dry, then right away start bubbling. It's very frustrating. So if you dilute well, you won't have that many issues, but still 0.2 is a bit, I would rather learn to have a perfect dilution to be able to use the 0.2 rather than going to a bigger needle, 0.3, because like, oh yeah, it's too hard to dilute and blah blah. So I'm still learning, to be honest. Yesterday it was a bit of a struggle until I got the perfect consistency, and then it was a bit flowing a lot better. Talking about the paint, but also the work. And the second question, look, I show you what I use inside my paints, because metal, even though it's like, how to say, it won't rust and stuff, I take rid of this risk by using this. These are some kind of aquarium stones, and so it will never, ever, ever have anything wrong, because it's not metal at all, even if it's, how you call that already, I have forgotten, but when it won't rust. So here I use that. Okay, so I'm ready. Let me check here. It's flowing. It is flowing, very good. And so no bubbles. Here we go. I will start with with my least favorite. So I put it at the front, then keeping my favorite for the last. Whoops, sorry man. Talking to him as if he was a man, but no, it's a monstrosity and blah blah. Okay. Yes, these two here, like this, something like this. Yeah, and this one, and I will check the spots that need darkening. Yes, I hope you can see well like this. Yes, working like a charm, so very good. Here I will darken slightly. Okay, very good. Oh yeah, under here. Woo, that's too much. Okay, so feathering everything here. It's all right. A bit too much water, so I had to wipe everything, but I will do it again. Okay, blowing just air to dry the piece. And then having a go again. Okay, something like this. And there, underneath here. Okay, so I'm doing first the areas that are the less noticeable, so I can test my parameters here, how much I need to pull, because each time the mix consistency is different, and so each time is some study to just get to like how much I have to pull, how far, and etc. Wow. So if that happens, just feather the edges like this, and so here it's in fact it's fine enough. So no worries. Under here, okay, something like this. Yes, I will need more dilution here for sure, thinner. Okay. So the initial stages is really working on the consistency. And once the consistency is good, checking my needle. It's pretty black already, but I guess it's normal. Spraying some black paint. Okay, going to here to have a little clean, pushing the paint that is on the needle. Give me a moment. Yeah, I can adjust the air pressure. In fact, yes, I do. It depends. If I want to base coat, I would have more air pressure. If I want to do thinner details, then I would lower it. And then it depends also if I have issues with clogging. If you clog, maybe just add some pressure. And I'm playing with that indeed. Like this. Yeah, so here just a bit of rubbing and it's clean. So that's the difference between the acrylic paints and the contrast like paints. The acrylics, they are easier to wash and stuff. So now it's a bit more fluid, a lot more fluid, but also yeah, that's perfect now. A lot better. I don't need to pull that much for it to come out, so that's good. Yeah, okay, just a dot. Here's a bit high, higher than I would want, but it's all right because it's under the arm. So, and here, yes, there is a pipe, so let's shade that. Okay, something like this is fine enough. This area here, although it's already pretty dark, it's not coming out, and I have bubbles in there. So here I may increase the pressure slightly. Whoops, did I knock something? Like this, okay. Okay, so I had one like a 180 degrees turn, and now it seems that yes. Okay, so I have to be a bit further away when I spray. What was I doing? Rats are looking good. Thank you very much, Jonathan. It's a slow process. but hopefully it will be worth it. It's not quite coming out, so that's a problem. I have to put quite much, but then I have a spray. Let's try another location. Maybe here. Okay, something like this. And so now here. Wow, okay, so that's all right like this, but this location is very sensitive, so I don't want to, here it's a lot better, it's already black in the dark, so I can go pull the trigger harder, but here I have to be very careful. But I think it's good enough like this. Oh, so let me know if I have understood you clearly. You said that you don't have a pile of shame, so you want to build that. You mean to build your pile of shame before you get to it? Is that what you meant? So first building your pile of shame so that you have a pile of shame to paint. Is that? Yes. Okay. Well, what army are you wanting to start? Okay, so here I have a bit of shadowing as well. Okay, something like this. Here's would be the same. I would say, though, if I had to do it myself, I would buy one box and paint the one box. And then when I'm done, I will buy the other one, the next one, and I do them one by one like this. Well, you say you don't have a pile of shame, but that sounds like a lot of miniatures already. Okay, so here strengthening the dark is very sensitive spot on the head, because the head should get a lot of light, but at the same time the more contrast, the more dramatic, so I have to try to make it happen. Here at the back as well. Woo! That's a lot, but I think that's all right. Yeah, that will be all right. We have a good contrast now. It's fine enough. Let me check if I have any other areas. Maybe this here. Woo! That was a big spray, but okay, it solved my problem, so never mind. Okay. I think that's pretty much it, really, to be honest. The rest is already in the shadows. Really, if I don't... Well, here, yes. It's not coming out. That's always concerning because if I pull more, I have a feeling, whoa, yes, exactly like this. Whew, this is a terrorist attack on my miniature. And so I felt it coming and whew. Let me check the needle again. I will clean the needle. Uh, here, I don't want to thin the paint more because I feel that's enough. And I will lose too much opacity if I keep cleaning the brush again. Thinning the paint, I mean. Yes, this patch of paint here is really, I believe, what is causing me all this trouble. I may try with this brush here. The bristles are a bit harder. Okay, now it looks clean. Now it looks clean, okay. And really, the time I spend trying to make this right, I think is worth it rather than ruining the miniature with web, spider web and stuff. Okay, now it looks okay. Although it won't spider web. Yeah, I will try my thumb. Yeah, it looks okay. It looks okay now. What was I doing? Yeah, this area, I believe. Now it's working a lot better. Very good. So that was a bit aggressive, but that's okay. This is done. This is done. So this guy, I believe, is done. Yeah, it's pretty dark. You see, now you can see the highlights. There are islands of light, and that's the drama that we have here. The head here, the knee, and the foot, the kneecap here, and the thigh here, and the shoulder pad. I think that's pretty cool. Here, that's too much light, really. I think I should need something here. Let me see. Oh, wow. Emergency. Super bad. That's the... part of the game. Hopefully that will do. And that won't serve me as a lesson because I will try again. Yes. I will dry this area. It's dry. And I think, I think it's working. So here, if I just shade this area here, down there and up there, I have like one island of light here and one at the back, and that will be a lot better. Also, that will take some of this glow reflected OSL from the pipe. So let's do it again. Okay. Okay. Let me check. Yeah, I can always feather the paints out as kind of a mixed approach between the airbrush and the... But it's still shading the area. So I'm still, even though the gods of the clogged airbrush are not with me today, I bend in all the directions like a worm to try to get the job done. And so that's what it is. What have I done wrong, gods of the airbrush? So on my thumb is working excellent. On the miniature, it's just no. That's a funny one. Okay. Okay, somehow I think this is good enough. Feather this out and then that will be good enough. Okay, something like this. So this area in the shadow, could feather that slightly to get back some of the light. But I think it's good enough. And so here I have a good light, here I have the shadows. So it's very artificial. That's really, let's say, voluntary. But let's see if it brings some results. It's experimental as well. So here, I like this view like this. You see here that in the shadow. Also, it's under the armor plate here, so it's justified. Maybe some here. Okay. Woo! Okay, well, that was pretty strong, but just removing these spots and that will be good. Yes. The less highlights you have, well, it's hard to say. Like, let's say the island of light. So the smaller the island of light, I think the more dramatic. So because this, should not get as much light at this, I think like this is a lot better with shading I've just done. This as well. Why is it so light? Who knows? Yes, okay. So now it's a lot better. I think it's fair enough. I'm not trying to gamble too much here. Have good results, and so trying not to ruin that. Here I have a good subtlety because when it faces upward, I still have some light. So grateful to the gods of the airbrush. Buongiorno, Homer MTZ. Thank you for your kind words. Buongiorno, amigo. Is it Italian? But Homer, is it Italian? Please guide me here. I'm trying to find the... okay, something like this. Yes, okay. Mexican, Spanish. Hola, ¿qué tal? Buongiorno is Spanish. Very interesting. I thought it was hola, ¿qué tal? Buenos días. So my Spanish is not great, but I had a little bit. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I have this like this. Some shadows, not too much. I think that will be it for this guy. I want to go always push a bit more. Like when it feels that it's done, then just another round. I think it's good. Good politics to implement and to start to get better. So like this is pretty nice. Okay. Okay, Odera, I remember. You have your card game. Oh, that was quick to switch. Welcome back. Okay, so that's done. I think that's. I don't want to do it too. Yeah, I want to do it too much. Why am I? Who am I? Joking. Maybe here. Okay, something like this. Good enough. Good enough. Okay, to the next one. Yeah, this is pretty cool, right? Well, I mean, I say that to myself, but I think I could have some shadows here as well to reduce the island of light. Whoops, a bit of marking here. Yeah, that will be it. This is a sensitive area. I'm not too much into gambling, so I think, yes, it's good enough. Now to the next. So it's a bit faster than yesterday, because yesterday I did the marking of the heavier shadows, and now you see I'm just enhancing some areas that I want even darker. Like this. Here it can be dark, but because they won't be here, he's not on the cracks, so there won't be OSL here, so I don't want it too dark. No point. Here a bit darker, like this. Yes, here darker because there is a pipe. Now I have perfect consistency. And so I want to take advantage of that, to be swift. Okay, like this, very good. And oh yeah, here I need some darkness. Because there is the pipe, so it will be glowing. It's going smoothly now, so I'm very happy. Oh wow, nice. Perseverance, that's the thing, that's the key. So I have used the airbrush quite a lot, but you see that I'm still struggling, and the key is to keep going. So here is not coming out. So look at the spider webbing. Oh no, it's okay. Oh yeah, good. The key, I believe, to be fearless when you airbrush is to know how to clean up the spider webbing. And so I've done it many times already in this live today. And that's liberating. Okay, like this. Oh yeah, I'm feeling good about this. Yeah, I think it's gonna be good. Okay, perfect consistency. enters the chat.
Oh yeah, I've been waiting for you my whole life. And now here we go. So yeah, you see, if I keep airbrushing too long, the air will push the paint and that will form these marks. So that's why usually you pull the trigger slightly. When you have a bit of paint on the model, you release the trigger, just pushing, having some air to dry the paint. And after that, you do the second pass. Yes, some darkness, although here it's facing upwards, so still getting some light.
Whoops. Again. Okay.
Now it's very dark here and still have the edge that is taking some light, but that will be a lot better to receive the light from this pipe here.
Something like
This, that's exactly what I want, something pretty extreme. Also, the first issue is to dare to do it. Because there is a lot of work already on the miniature. And so, do I take the risk to ruin it? I think it's always worth it.
if you ruin it, it's just, well,
Repaint it, and you will spend more time painting, and so you will learn more. That's the thing here to take out.
oh no, have bad feeling. Okay. Woo!
Okay, let me check if I want to feather the edges. Yeah, like this here, you see, I don't want that really. But this shadow here is very welcome. You see how it comes to frame the foot here? And now this,
boom, it's in the shadows, and it's exactly
something you want. It's a desirable shadow. And now, just like I said, the Island of Light, the smaller, the more dramatic. How long have I been painting minis? I think I would have to answer in two parts because it depends how you paint and with what intentions. If it's wow, yes, okay. Lucky
brush here.
the gods of the airbrush are with us now. Thank you. Hurry up, an offering to the gods of the airbrush. So, if I say that painting with intention to get better, I have to look on my channel because my channel is more like a diary of my own journey. And I have a diorama called Necromundad. It's a new universe of Necromunda. It's about a dad who wants to save his baby girl. I think Necromundad, you would find the video. I have 2 videos about that. And so for this diorama, there were 7 miniatures. I think it was maybe 2 years ago. Yes, 2 years ago. It's 26 now. It's about, so it was ready in 23. Yes, 2023. November, something like this, October. And I stopped watching how long I would spend on the miniatures and just to paint as long as it took to get to the results I like the best I could do at the time. So I would say 2 years. But I've started, first discovered about Warhammer when I was 10, so it's like more than 20 years ago. But getting to high school and stuff, I stopped because it was not the cool thing. So peer pressure, And then when I become adult, I understood that
that's what I had to do. So
rebuilding slowly,
making time in my life to do that. And now it's getting almost a peak where I can do that every day,
daytime,
making money with that, so I can
can really dedicate my life to that, and hopefully it will go even
further in that direction. Okay, let me.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, at some point I realized I have so many ideas, especially I want to do dioramas, and these ideas, they're just invading my mind all the time, and if I don't realize them, actualize these visions, they consume me. And so once I realized that that's what I had to do, I just committed to getting better and spending the time. So here, I think this guy is done. To the next one,
I think it's enough, really. Yeah, it's pretty dramatic and everything.
so very nice. But if you look at my channel, you go through the videos, like I said, my most seen video that has 60,000 views, the paint job is not great, because at the time I started to do, how to say,
buildings and
dioramas without miniatures, because I had less pressure to paint well. But then after this video of it's a Terminator roasting a Tyrannid termagant, well, 3 of them in the jungle, and I thought to myself, if these
minis were painted to a higher level,
it would have been even more awesome. And so from this I started to tell myself that I have to find a way, and so that's why I think you can paint a long time without progress if you don't have the intention to really get better and take the time and try new things.
and after that, the
Number of miniatures I have painted with intention to get better is not huge. And I think I want to say that
just to as an encouragement,
if you guys want to get I don't know, maybe you at the moment you paint better than me, but
if not or whatever,
if you paint better than me, maybe my advice is irrelevant. But for the beginners here that are with us, I think it doesn't take that many miniatures to paint with intention to get better. So that's the good news.
okay, something like this. Could you please
Precise your question, because using several airbrushes
at once,
I don't understand how you would do that, or what
would be
the benefit.
what is the outcome? I mean, how many hands
Do these guys have? Have 2, only 2. So oh no. Here
you see,
so the live has been on for an hour now, and so I've started with the brushwork, but I've been painting with this black for maybe 40 minutes. And so, because also I do batch painting, so I understand I do the same color on 6 miniatures, so that's why. If you paint on 1 miniature, just have just a tiny load of paint in your cup, just
one drop, maybe
1 drop of paint. Really, you would do a lot already. And you just empty it, water inside, empty it, and then you empty the water. You can do it twice, and then you empty the rest in this kind of holder that also is, I don't know, a pot to empty your brush, and then to the next color. There is no need to, because the more airbrushes you have, the more airbrushes you use, the more you have to clean them. So cleaning the airbrush is pretty horrendous. Well, I mean, I will do it at the end of this live, but the least
cleaning, the better. Okay, something like this. Here I will have something more drastic. Hop, here we go. Okay.
Here.
Okay.
Really everywhere that is not getting some light, I just
Oh, here is gonna
go give me some good spider webbing. Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes there is just that something here, I don't know, no, nothing, but that blob of paint that is clogging the brush, and so spray it out, and then I go ready to go again with the, okay, here we go, like this. Yeah, this has not much, so it's okay.
Let me check. It's okay, it's fine enough. I think it will be done. So the foot here was the main area of focus. Maybe here, yes. Just to have a bit more drama. Okay.
Something like this. I will feather out the edge here. It's a bit
of a line. Something like this, okay. So just feathering so that I don't see like stark lines.
So I think this one is done. So there will be a lightning coming down here and blah blah. But here it's good enough.
Yeah, maybe here I will have some
darkness. Okay, something like this. Good enough for this guy here. I'm checking for areas. So contemplation, I think, is a good part of the paint job, because here I'm thinking, is there any area that needs more shadows? But I think it's fine enough here. So this one's pretty dramatic, so that's good. I have done half. That's good, very good. So here I'm checking where the pipes go, and then I will just add shadows here. Let me check that. Okay, it's good. Okay, beautiful. Well, beautiful. As beautiful as I can achieve. That's the slight difference.
So here I
feel that. Okay, let me do something.
Yes. Harsh spray
on my tissue just to remove any clog. And you see now it's flowing.
Very good, man.
Very well. I mean, excuse me, because English is not my mother tongue, so that's why it's not that fluid.
Okay, something
Like this. Let me check. Feathering here the edge.
It's looking like
Fine enough. Whoops. Okay, because here I see a crack, so I'm thinking, what if I could have an OSL here? It's a bit far away, but rule of cool. Okay, something like this. Feathering the edges, and that will be good enough.
like this, pretty gentle. Okay, everything is gentle.
Everybody's gentle. Okay. Let me check. Yes, here I think we would need some dark areas because of this pipe, but at the same time it's catching some light here. It's doing that already, but I think could be enhanced.
Oh, wow. It's a bit
Brutal, but
so be it.
okay.
Here, okay.
Wow. Oh, okay. So here, something important. The cable is so close to the arm. I will bring good amount of shadows here so that I have a good OSL, powerful OSL here. Whoops.
Feathering the edge like this.
Well, I would feather everything here. Yeah. Okay, because okay, now drying the thing and having another go.
Letting the things dry. I put my
Airbrush further away.
okay, so this
You see now it's almost black here. And because, oh wow, okay. So I have to be careful with this side as well.
okay, pretty
Nice, a big solid spray here, and does the job. I dry it from 4.
okay, like this.
And here I have a slight shadow, but the cable is so far away that I don't need much more of a shadow. This is exposed area, so I think that's good enough.
Let me check. Here I also have a good shadow. I think it's good
Good enough. Here there won't be this, that.
Yeah, maybe here slightly.
Poof,
Voila, and just
that.
here. Okay.
Yeah, set here.
On the other mini, it looked great.
Great, and here as well. Indeed, that was a good choice.
Let me check. Do I have anything else? Maybe here. Because it's in the
Shadow of the neck. Let me feather the edges.
like this. Don't want to go on the
Highlights.
but ooh, so here, just here, like this.
Okay.
Don't want any harsh lines. I think smoothness.
Is the new cool. Nah. Now it's texture and everything. Could happen, but not here. Just drying the paint now. Okay, you know what? I think that's good enough.
Okay.
Shadows. Yeah, good. It's gonna look good. Trust me, guys. With the green lights, that will be pretty solid. Okay. Oh yes, here. Okay. Also here is very close to the pipe.
Like this.
Okay. The darker, the better. Something like this. So we have 4 out of the 6. Very good. Yesterday was a lot slower, but also now I have the perfect consistency on the airbrush, and it's more consistent with acrylic paints. Well, I think this could be considered acrylic as well, I don't know, but the contrasts, they are a bit, they have their own temper, and it's, I've always had more difficulty to tame them rather than these acrylic paints. Here you see no bubble, it's going great.
So
Yesterday I had this beautiful dark purple, and now it's more like black gray, and so now I have a good gradient from the light blue to the dark purple to the black.
I'm really happy about this. And it's always
Trying to guess, and then when it happens to work, then it's just happiness.
if you've been
Here since the beginning of the live, you've seen me struggle a few times. It's how it has to be.
well, if you are a
Master painter, of course, it's not how it has to be, but as a learner myself, that's the path.
yes.
Wow, because this knee pad here underneath is gonna take a good OSL from these cracks here, so now it's a lot darker, and here I have a good light up there. Beautiful. Oh yes, okay, here as well. Okay, let me clean up because that went on these crystals, so I'm gonna redo them, but just the cleaner the better. Here I had a good amount of shadows, that's all right.
Yes, the cleaner the better.
But of course, here some sacrifices have to be made as well.
And so
The more drastic it will look, the more contrast, the more drastic.
so and if you look at this, it's very hard because I hesitated painting this. Well, now it's white, but it's going to be green, and so I also have the eye in there that is going to be green, so there will be OSL from the eye on these parts, and well, that will be very green, but
If I darken it, I will try. Let's ruin the job that I have done. Let's try. Oof. Pressure.
oh, maybe like this is good because I won't
Get into the eye like this.
wow, my paint is
So thin now. Let me mix that again. Oh, let me first clean up slightly here. Otherwise, I will have an.
yeah, something like this. I will have a mark.
And now I will clean up because I think my paint is a bit thin, although it's not making
Bubble and stuff, it has very little coverage. Like this. Just yeah, you see here it's very thin down, very, very thin. You see it on the edges. But that's what I've been
using for this whole job, and it's working fine. You see, it's pretty smooth. But now, let's try again. Pressure, there is a bit of pressure. I think it's working, but if I get too close, so I want to get as close as possible to be as precise as possible. But if I get too close, you see here how this effect, the air is stronger and it's pushing the paint, so pushing the paint away. I'm sure you have had that if you had tried the airbrush. It pushes the paint where you aim here, so you get the paint on the dot, but it will spread the paint all around and you will have nothing on the dot. So that's just very frustrating. I try to avoid that here.
Whoopla, that was
a bit strong, but okay.
Just feather out the edge here,
because this is an area that draws attention. Oh, okay, I have some highlight that was very covered. All right.
Clean the brush,
feather, clean the brush, feather, and you have natural gradient. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. So now this is pretty dark here. Still have my highlight, because the ambient light, will win over any kind of
OSL, except if you are in a
dark or what, but I mean daytime. The sun is stronger than any
glow you could have. I don't know, like is there a nuke exploding so everything is white?
You see what I mean? The sun should be winning
the fight. So here I will leave it like this. I think it's all right. I have
still my highlight there, so nice.
I should have also a highlight here. You see, continuing the line. I will touch this up later. Let me think.
Okay, here I have a big rock, so
it will be green and glowing.
So I need some shadows around. Oh yes, okay.
And the neck here, behind the neck. The darker,
the more dramatic will the OSL be.
So
like this is pretty fine.
So
here I have some lights, okay. Okay, something like this.
So instead of spraying green, where I will have my green OSL,
I first shade. Oh, here I think I have a chance to
strengthen the
light, the shadows.
And with a very
smooth transition because it's airbrushed, so let's do. Okay, that's fine enough. This guy is pretty angry, looking angry, so that's exactly what we want. And here everything is dark already. Here.
Okay.
Here, oh yeah, okay. Little rat butt here has to be darker. Something like this. Oof.
A bit too drastic here. Okay, just feathering, you see, and you have
a natural gradient.
And so that's really helping. Yeah, so here you see
we have this pipe
reflecting OSL light under the feet here, under the thigh.
So here as well, so let me shade that. Oh yeah,
exactly what I needed. So also it's a matter of angle. because here, you see here, is pretty close to this area up there, so could do as well. Let me check.
That's risky, but I will try it like this. Ooh. So he's coming here. I will just wipe it with my
Finger.
oops.
Can I get to this part here? Okay. Never mind. It's dry, but it's not point of focus, so that's okay. I think this angle worked pretty fine, so let's do it again.
Yes, something like this. And I still keep some light here, but all this area
And now is darker under the arm as well.
Okay.
Okay, something like this.
Noise. Let me check
I'm very happy with
how it's going, because I made enough ring to the gods of the airbrush, and now they're helping. So I'm very happy about it.
takes a bit of
Courage to just
go through and try to get the perfect consistency with the airbrush, so you can have a big
session with the perfect consistency. Like, how long have I been spraying with that little paint? But that's just what I need. A very careful
application.
So of course, as beginners, we would see that you know, the airbrush is like foot, and then you're done. Wow, that's so quick and great. But
there is also another
application of the airbrush. Of course, the better you become, the faster you would be. And I would say I'm still learning.
and so
Oh, that's
it's drastic, but I like it. Yes, let me shade this area just here.
okay.
Again, I'm coming in.
Yes, because it's just next to this, so and I think that is done. Okay, very smooth. Let me check. Yeah, I think it's cool. This I will bring a bit of shadows because it's underneath here. Yeah, something like this, pretty light, not too strong, but because underneath that it should be in the shadows. So let's do the same here.
Is it coming out?
Not quiet. Yeah. Okay, something like this.
And this guy maybe one last like this. Okay.
Yes, now it's
More drastic. It's a bit too drastic, to be honest.
honest, but so be it.
It,
Yes, okay. I have added some here
around, I think that's good.
enough.
Like this. It looks a bit stark. Let me check. But also,
It's all right. Okay.
okay, I have
Killer tunes in the background. Here, darker as well.
and so
So in fact, I had planned to start the OSL with the airbrush, but now I'm wondering because the more precise the application, the greater the effect. And so sometimes you would like to do OSL and you like airbrush, shoo, shoo. It doesn't look great because needs a bit more precision. In fact, less is more. There is kind of this idea behind the great OSL. Okay, something like this. Okay, good. Okay, very good. And that will be it for this guy. Now we have the last one. So pretty smooth this morning.
Hello, Kenrick. How are you doing? So here we're still working on these guys.
Also, it has been a long time I didn't pick the airbrush. Oh, okay, that's my guy I just started to work on. Okay, so let me do some more shadows here. Let's try. Yeah, I don't want to be too drastic. I think it's dark enough, but the more contrast, the better as well. So. Okay, something like this. Working on my islands of light. Okay, something like this. Here. Okay. Let me check if I have any other areas that need some
Darkening. That's fine enough. Okay.
Oh yes, here's the same.
Okay, I think I did have a good angle here. So it made a lot for me.
I charge per minute. So I'm reading the question here. If I charge per minute or per project, per miniature. And all depends on the level and blah blah. But I try to just take the orders with the higher level, so it's also interesting for me. I want to push
And get better.
and not only do the kind of chain work, chain labor that for me is very boring.
But it's more a way to
Getting better, and also I can justify spending so much time on the models because I also get a kickback. That's more the way I look at it. This is maybe for the 6
I don't know how many hours, but
tens of hours, that's for sure. But what I like is that when you have the
pictures, and then the pictures, you have them forever.
and the job you've done
Stays forever. Okay, so here I think it's
good enough.
something like this. That's the last one. How is it looking? I would say
Fine enough. Let's shape this. Yes, okay. All right. What else do we have?
something like this. Oh, some shadow here because it's
Subtle, but there is this kind of rim here. All right, and so
although the light is coming
from here, I think just slight shadow here.
Okay. And here. Okay. Down there.
Okay.
And yeah, now it's dark enough that it's ready to receive the
OSL. If you do OSL on highest light, you lose this contrast that just make it look very dramatic. And so I want something dramatic here. I think that's good enough. Let me check.
Maybe here. Slightly. Yes, okay. Oops. I have to feather here. Oh la la. Hurry up, hurry up.
Hurry, hurry up before it dries.
Okay, let's do it again.
Before I empty my cup. Something like this. All right, have a good one. And yeah, have a good night's sleep. And thank you for joining.
Really appreciate you
Guys stopping by, having a chat, enjoying. That's great. Here we go.
Oh yeah, I would call that a job done. Like this. Let me check. Yeah, here darker. Okay. And here as well. Okay.
And something maybe.
Okay, pretty fair.
Okay. Something like this.
Just to bring in some shadows. So there is a lot of contemplation in the paint job.
And now I think that's fine enough. So the 6 of them are done. And
now how I will get rid of the paint.
Here, just add
some water.
Empty it. And I will do this process a few times. Again. Now I will
Wipe
the surrounding areas. Because here there's a lot of dry pigment. So I don't want it to go down there. So I
apply a bit of pressure
and take
everything out. Yes. I won't let my airbrush get dirty just because you don't want all of that
you see, wow, in your airbrush, just gonna kill it.
Good, good, good. I'm sending gratefulness, expressing gratefulness for
the gods of the airbrush that has allowed us to have a great session here. It was not too long before finding
the perfect consistency.
And so now what should I do? Yes, again.
And I will, oops, water everywhere.
I will take my brush and kind of
push the thing that here is at the bottom. Like this, chuck, chuck, chuck. Okay, that's pretty fine, pretty fine. And you see here the kind of, so I will just,
again, put that back in the water like this. Let me again wipe everything.
I could check here.
Emptying that in the pot. If it's clean enough, then I will call it good. I think it's very clean because my paint was very diluted. So let me check the needle. Oh, the needle. I will give it a slight rub before I get to the USL. Let me do that, and then I'll show you what's coming next. Oh, sorry. Let me put that here. Okay, so cleaner on the brush, and then now I'm just rubbing here.
Oh, you know what? Look at that. Because my cup is empty, I can just, instead of doing it the hard way, oof, gentle, gentle, and easy
clean now, just like that.
And that's really the easiest. Now I put it back in. And really, I did that not
to affect the colors.
Whoa! Whoa! Look at that.
The big chunk of
paint. Wow. Look at that. You see that? That explains the clogging, the potential clogging. So
if I go to my next color right after, then
I will have issues. But it's not the change of
color per se. It's the time of use. I've been brushing for 70 minutes. Airbrushing for 70 minutes. So that's why.
Okay, now this is clean. Well, let me do something. Here. So this, the cleaner, we don't need
anymore.
But I will do this. Clean the... I'm sorry, I don't know how you call
this thing in English.
This tiny part inside. So we'll just take a tissue, something like
it's in good shape. Let me find this. Ooh,
it's getting messy. Let's say something like this. Yeah, that's enough. I do kind of a
sharp tip.
And take the alcohol.
Dip that in.
Okay, good. And now I will rub
the edges,
of this element here. So just to get the paint and I kind of clean that. And once I'm in, I just twist in the same direction and press, press, press so that the alcohol is released. And also I rub the edges inside. Yeah, you have some paint here. Let me check if the hole is obstructed, but it is not. Check. I think I have something in there again, so let me get back in and rub some more. maybe trying to have a bit more pressure. I have a needle if it's totally clogged, but here I feel it's more like
a piece to take out. So tissue seems more.
Yeah, that's good enough. Okay, so here I went
Overkill with the
cleaning really,
but
just to make sure that my next session will be as smooth as possible,
because I have 6 miniatures to do.
so if it goes smooth for the 6 of them, so
The benefits goes times 6.
yeah, now I'm looking at the needle when it comes out. You see here it comes out clean, so it means we're good to go. Okay, put that back on. And now let's check.
Okay, very good.
The nozzle. Thank you, mate.
The nozzle, exactly.
Up, here we go.
I will have some flow improver inside, just lubricate everything. Let's see if anything comes out on this bad tissue here. Nice. Oh,
No, it's okay. It's okay.
ready to go for the next session. So the nozzle, thank you very much. That.
Let me check.
Okay, let me guide you
You through what I'm about to do.
do. So I have this progression here. Let me check the paints. Well, I show you and then I check. That's my middle tone for the glow. And you see black, green,
Let's check the actual color.
color.
Ooh, yeah, it's pretty nice, pretty dark.
Oh, should have shaken before, but it's okay, I guess.
Okay, now I check everything.
I think it's good enough. I will give it some vortex mixing.
Okay.
Ah, yes, and this one too. Oh, you can hear the stone inside. So that's good.
Good. So we have
These. So that will be my mid-tone.
like this. And the highlight. Well, the highlight, it will
Go up to like fluorescent yellow and this greenish white. Maybe pure white, we'll see, but oof,
you see here I have
what? Issue is not mixed well, so I have this liquid that popped first, and the more dense
parts of the paint show you that. This is very old.
part.
I think I've had it for 15 years, something like so.
But no, not 15. Maybe more than 10 years. Yes, about 10 years. When I started to go back into the miniatures, but I didn't have time to paint. So I bought the paints, but I did not use them.
Okay, let's try if it's better.
Better now. I will wipe it. Oof. Okay, let's work this.
Yeah, you see it was very liquid.
Liquid. No consistency, so let's see now. Yeah, that's a lot better. Normal behavior.
So checking your paints
Before you use them,
is always a good idea because
because who knows? Who knows what happens in there inside of these bottles?
and if you just want the best,
Let me give it a good shake again.
because I think it has a lot of
White. White is very thick. Let me take my mask off so I can breathe. White is very thick, and so I give it a good mixing again.
Upside down. Okay.
Yes. Now, so that's my 3 colors, and let's see how they spread. So we have there different.
Okay, so that's the brush.
So that's the main darker green.
Something like this. The more it's diluted, you see.
It has this very beautiful cold
Tone, which is
exactly what I was considering doing. Almost
tint of blue in there. So
that's great.
this here
Here is my mid-tone, so it's a very, very common green, I would say.
and then the highlight. A lot like this. So that will be my progression. I love this.
That's a new color I have just bought. So
Here we are. Let me consider.
the next step, the next logical step. Oh yes, I know what is the next logical step. The next logical step is to go over these
Areas
that had a white, it's a greenish white coat.
but
I covered them with the airbrush, and so let me take this
nice brush that I have here.
rosemary. I will load this greenish white, so that needs some shaking here, you see. Here we go. I will, whoop, just wait a moment. I have to put my airbrush aside. And let me check. This, I need my wet palette, so please give me a few seconds. I'm taking my wet palette back.
All right.
Because I try to keep some space on the desk, on the working desk.
And so here we go. Let me show you how I will
Load my wet palette.
I've been working
On these guys for a good few days now. So the palette, here it is. So I had just blue here. Well, it's kind of grayish blue for the skin, and you see a lot of this white. And here, that will be my new introduction, is this kind of dark green. I'm considering, I think I will give myself the lunch break to think about whether or not I should use the airbrush now. If I use the brush, I have a more control application. It will be a bit longer, but I don't know. So first now, just reasserting here with this dot of white, the areas, the base coat is really the most important here. If I don't have a good white base coat, then the greens won't pop on these crystals.
Okay, so I have my paint here.
Now I have 3 brushes on the desk. This is the crappy one, this is
The
the
less crappy one.
and that's the good one.
Okay,
Let's check the models one by one. So this I will keep it, I don't know, here, just because it looks cool. but I will put the model. So here is to do, and here will be done. Like this. Yeah, okay, let's go. I will start by redoing the scars, you see, because at the beginning that's where you have the best tip of the brush.
Oh,
Okay. Okay.
so this guy seems that he
He doesn't need much, so that's perfect.
yeah, he doesn't. Oh yes, maybe
Maybe on the leg here, you see.
okay. So I will go back in.
Like this. It's quicker than the first pass because we already have some intensity in the cracks. Okay, that's done. Oh, let me check. Yes, I said just the scars for now. So this here could use a bit. And so it will contrast even more in the shadows. Like this. Oof, that's a good amount. But the most important is to keep it clean. Have a bad feeling about getting to this one. Yeah, I just want. It has some white in there, but it's not strong. So this, let me check. On the leg, is strong enough. Okay, good, so that is done. Just checking, in fact. The first time it took me quite a long time to do it, but now it's just some reasserting in some areas. So okay, something like this.
Yes, perfect. Reloading the brush because
You see here, I just wiped a mistake,
like how to say,
fixed a mistake.
okay,
And then, so under the arm is good.
yeah, here is all right.
Oh, maybe here. You see this area here? Because it's in the shadows in the front of the mini.
Yeah, something like this. Okay. Okay. Perfect.
And this guy, that's all for this guy. That's nice. Because this is precision step that I'm not a huge fan of.
But it has to be done. So okay, that's 3, half of them.
This I remember also is just a little bit. In fact, it's the same pose, so.
Here, I don't think I need to, so that's perfect. And this last guys,
I believe it was a bit more drastic. Yes, here. Okay.
okay, I have to reorganize my desk.
Yes, like this is better.
Oops, I didn't clean the mistake. Hope it's not dry. Now it's really,
I was too long.
no, it's not dry. Very good.
Okay, and then
Also, I will do these areas here. Oh! I can remove the paint, the black paint that has been airbrushed because
it's very thin. By rubbing,
oh yeah, okay, that's good enough. That's good enough.
so it's okay if it's not bright all around, because I have variation in the intensity of the glow, which is more organic. That is done. That is done as well. Yes, okay.
And that will be kind of the same.
Here we have one on the leg.
So it's okay here, I guess. Yeah, just like this. And then on the arm, there was
No shadow in here, so it's
nothing to worry about. And then, okay, the crystals,
so this guy has only 2 crystals, but they haven't been altered.
just like this guy here. I don't think he has been touched by the airbrush.
So that's fine.
Yes, here and here. Done. That's the best part of it. Just taking in the hand, having a look, no problem. Done.
Wow.
This guy here,
Let's check. This guy is the same, no problem. Oh, a slide here. I will do it. I don't want to keep this kind of shadows. I want
to have control and redo them like this with the green. Okay, so not much, but still to reassert the light here. And some here, always very, very subtle. Because I will use some fluorescent paint, I need a good light undercoat. And that's all. Yeah, good. Very happy because this light base coating
was very, very time consuming. So now I'm glad to
see that, oh yeah, so that was the main guy here. Reasserting the lights. Okay. And now we're really getting into
the most exciting part that will bring
so much to the miniature.
And that's the OSL.
But I will start with the
dark
lights, dark green. Okay. And I'm still contemplating if I should do it with the brush or with the airbrush. Sometimes the airbrush you have the just surprisingly good results. And so why not leverage that? This one too. Okay. What else do we have? Maybe here a little bit. Okay. Up here, I guess it's all right. Maybe here on the side. Yeah, just slightly. Oh, here. I can see it's not really intense. Yeah, better. Just quick. Okay. Oh, here as well. And that's fair enough. Now 2 left. Okay. So this just a very tiny amount and was not really affected by the brushing. Just one more coat here. More coverage is always the safest way. Okay, and the last one I think has not much, nothing, so yeah, it's done. So just that few minutes spent to research all the white areas is gonna pay off. Okay, let me check. Okay, let me clean my brush. Okay, like this. It's clean. Just making sure I have no white paint in the bristles because the white paint has big pigments and potential to ruin the brush, so that's all right. Here we go. Like this. Okay. So it will keep some humidity as well. Okay, let me organize that, reorganize the desk. These brushes, I don't know if I will need them. Like this. That's my tissue here. I will have it here. And yes, water there. And then, okay, that's these two guys. And then these two here. And then these two. Okay. Now let's have a look. Let's have a look at where we are going to have the OSL, and I really have to decide whether or not I take the airbrush. So here I have something. Here as well on the very edge. Here maybe something because of this area here. Yeah, a lot of light here because of that, and underneath here we don't see much, so maybe not necessary. On the tail, it's interesting. I have here on the tail. I didn't darken the tail because it's already very dark. So, oh yes, and then everything here. Well, let me consider. Should I use the airbrush? Whew. I think I may have a little break and then come back with this decision, because I've been pretty careful with the
the application of the black and the dark
paint here to put the shadow.
But if I come back with the airbrush, and then I cover this with the green, even if it's the very dark green, I will lose this job of darkening I have done. So maybe like this, yes.
So it may be a better idea to
directly come with a brush and just play it with the rule of cool and having some sick
paint
some sick OSL painted with the brush.
What do you think, guys? What would you do?
I'm really concerned that if I go you know what? I will check each miniature and see, because also it's a dark green, but I will go up to the light here, green. So the airbrush is here and ready to go. So really here I'm contemplating. I'm giving myself the time to think. Like for instance, in this area I have enough room to do a clean application of dark green, and
So could be something. But it will have to be very, very
careful and cautious.
well. This guy will be, yeah, okay.
You know what? Because this guy, it will require a good amount of light.
Let
me check the others. Yeah, if I do the OSL from this crystal, for instance, with the brush, that's a lot of work here and there, and all different surfaces. Here, maybe here
a little bit.
Yeah, I will take the airbrush to begin. I will take the airbrush, but a very sparse application
Of the darker green. Okay, well, you know what? I think it's been 2 hours
since I started to stream, so I will take a break, just because my shoulders and neck, they need to stretch a bit and just relax. And then I will come back after the break, and I will start working on the OSL like this. So guys, thank you very much for tuning in. If you enjoyed the live, please consider subscribing. I will broadcast lives as much as I can,
because just sharing my painting
process and journey, and we can paint together, have a chat,
and just discuss
some techniques. You can also check out my long form videos
where I do dioramas mostly, and some terrains. I have done terrains previously. Now I like to do full dioramas with the
terrain plus the miniature,
yeah, okay. I have some shorts as well
with painting tips. So guys, please consider subscribing if you
enjoyed, as support for the channel, and also you'll be notified for the next lives and stuff. Yes, my airbrush is clean,
so no worries. I still have this
not fully dried.
Let me empty
the cup here.
Yes, I had still some flow improver.
Okay guys, thank you very much, and see you
in the next live. I'll be back maybe in 30 minutes
to continue the painting on these guys. Thank you guys.